Hey, people out there, you're watching GoTarryn TV. This is Brian Gilbert. I'm a personal trainer in Buckhead. Just letting you know that I'm going to pick you up on today's blog on Tuesday, and I hope you learn a lot, and look forward to sharing a lot of information with you.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's GoTarryn TV show. It is our Skype blog with Brian Gilbert. There he is side by side. Brian, welcome to today's GoTarryn TV video show.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
All right, so Brian's here. Hey, you know what? This is actually Tuesday, April 21st, and the people who are watching, they're probably like, wait a minute, what's going on? It's not Thursday, but I have told everyone out there that we were going to have another special Skype blog today. We were going to have two this week, one today on Tuesday, and the next one on Thursday. So for the benefit of everybody watching, you're getting two Skype blogs again this week, and I promised you I was going to have Brian on here. He's another fitness professional, a personal trainer that works with yours truly over at the Family Life Center in Buckhead. He also does in-home training. We're going to talk about that and just jump right into it. I have worked at that location side by side with Brian for the last year, about roughly, and we've worked together and we've fed off some good ideas. And Brian, just to start this off, if you don't mind, let me ask you, and you could tell the people out there a little bit about yourself, some of your history, your background, where you're from, some of, again, just anything you want to tell the folks out there, just a fully loaded question. Let's get you introduced to everyone watching on today's video blog.
Well, I'm Brian Gilbert, personal trainer with Tarryn. They're in Buckhead. Originally, I'm from Tennessee. I came down about 10 years ago. I was actually working in social work and psychology, doing some case management. Decided to make the jump into personal training, even though my degree wasn't necessarily in that. It was, however, my passion, my true calling. So I came over, did that about 8 years ago. It is now. I came over to the personal training side and been doing it ever since, and much, much happier, obviously. Actually my degree's in social work and psychology, not, necessarily, like I said, in personal training, but through my certifications with NASM, and also have certification through the Interactive Fitness Professionals of America. I think I've got myself up to speed in that aspect of it, but got a lot of experience. Like I said, been at the Family Life Center for a little bit over a year or so. I've enjoyed every moment of it. Look forward to working there some more with Tarryn. Have some endeavor, and, have some fun.
That's excellent. Brian, for the folks watching right now, this is the first time that Brian and I have actually had a chance to sit down, talk face to face, and we're going to make this real gritty and raw because we did not speak but maybe 30 seconds before we started talking. I already learned more about you than I've known in the last year. I did not know that. Tell me, if you don't mind, let's jump into that with the psychology. Okay, so you got your degree with psychology. What interested you with personal training? Why did you want to transfer that and go into jumping into personal training? Like, what was it about it?
Well, certainly with psychology, one of the things you study is behaviors. And when we're doing personal training, if you can modify, certain behaviors, you can achieve whatever, fitness goal that you may have. So certainly I looked at that. So it wasn't like I was completely coming from something that was not at all related to certainly, probably, one of the most important things we try to, all people's behaviors, whether it be with eating, sleeping, and whatnot. So certainly that's something that helped me with the psychology aspect. Certainly, I did the social work for years and years as well. Gave me a lot of practical experience. I had to go into a lot of homes with people I've never met before, tell them things they didn't really want to hear. Certainly, that prepared me for things. Certainly that we do at the Family Life Center. Makes them seem not so daunting. But the main thing was just, really like to help people. I felt like, with what we do and helping people achieve their goals in health and fitness, it goes beyond just the vanity. Okay, I lost 10 pounds, I'm looking better. A lot of it goes into, how these people think every day, how they feel about themselves, how they interact with their children. Is kind of, we can help them feel better about all those things. And that's something that, when I left social work and psychology, I felt like I was going to help people in a different way, not necessarily I was, once I was only helping in a different capacity. So certainly I feel like it almost laid the groundwork, and I think upon a lot of those experiences I had from my previous career, and it really helps me tremendously in what I do now.
You know, that's so interesting because I would totally 100% agree with what you just said because it's funny whenever I'm talking with my friends who say, like, they joke with me and say, tell me about your craziest personal training clients and craziest stories. And it's so interesting because psychology, I would argue, is probably a bigger part of what you and I do with our clients
Oh yeah.
because, especially with long term clients, we develop a friendship. And you could attest to this, Brian. I know that you know where I'm going. But I have clients who I've had for years who don't need me to watch their form or tell them how many reps or how much weight. They need us because of up here. Like they need a friend, they need a bartender to talk to, they need a psychologist to tell about their day. And we're kind of like a glorified hairdresser is what we become. It's so funny because I joke about this with a lot of people, but again, especially so many unique personalities that we meet, and you do in-home training as well. You go to these people's houses and you learn about very personal information. A lot of these people are very personal with us. They entrust us with a lot of vital information. So for the folks out there watching, psychology, in my argument, would probably be the core, biggest part of what you and I do because I 100% agree with what you just said. We try to get people's total package, their mind, their health, their wellness, 100%. We're not just mechanically going in there and saying, all right, do 10 of those at that weight. All right, next machine. Instead, it's a lot bigger and greater than that. And I've witnessed this about you, Brian. For the people watching, when I see Brian working with his folks at the Family Life Center, energetic, enthusiastic, you're on them like a really great coach. That's what I like about you, that you're very supportive, that you get them through. And, by the time you're done with your clients, they are huffing and puffing, sweating, breathing. And I know that they appreciate, the value of the workout that they get with you. So, with your training philosophy, what is your personal training philosophy when you're working with these folks? What's a good mission vision statement that you have for the majority of your clients? If you're to just generalize it and when you're your brand, what do you tell your clients what it's all about when they're working out
Uh,
with you?
I'm sure what I try to do is two things. Is one, try to make it fun. If something's fun, you're more likely to, keep doing it. If it's not so fun, you're, less likely to keep doing it.
Yep.
And two, I like to try to make it user friendly. If you can make it those two things, I think you can, establish some long term, not just I'm gonna do this for 4 weeks, lose 5 pounds. So if you can make it fun, you can make it user friendly. I think, my personality, trying to take myself too seriously. At the end of the day, I still go home with two girls that, I'm just still dad to them. But make it fun for them. So I try to, anything I can do if they like a particular thing, try to incorporate that as much as possible. Other thing, try to make it as user friendly as possible, which I think kind of ties into our in-home training that you and I do. Something the easier it is for somebody to do something, the more likely they are to do it. So if it's made so easy for you to work out as your trainer is coming to your home,
Yeah.
That's half the battle right there. So it becomes much more user friendly to work out with us going into homes than opposed to getting in a car, having every excuse. You know how Atlanta traffic is. I don't want to get caught up in that. So it takes out that, those barriers. And I think if I had to, describe my training philosophy, it would be those two things: fun and user friendly. That's what I want to try to, that's what I'm trying to strive for. In every client. If we can do that, I think we can make the client happy. It may not be a long-term client, but maybe we can set that client forward into take more seriously from that point forward. So, like those two things, I think if I can hit those at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with that particular client.
Oh, I like that, Brian. Yeah, that's excellent. And let's use one of the clients that we mutually work with, for example, Pam. I know Pam's watching right now because I told her we were going to be right here on our video blog. It's so funny. She lives within probably walking distance of the Family Life Center, yet she really benefits of what you just said of actually having somebody go to her house. She has a little gym set up down there with everything.
Yeah.
She's got everything. Bench,
Yeah.
weights, dumbbells. That's all you need, really. I mean,
It doesn't take much. Doesn't take much
perfect.
at all.
Yeah, if you have that size space, about the size of the room that you and I, we're both in, that's all you need. That's what I tell people when I first meet them. Like, if you got space of the size of a room, like 8 by 6 feet or whatever, we could do plenty of stuff, even without equipment too. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
plenty of
yes.
body suspended functional exercises. But Pam is such a great sport. It was so funny because she went bowling this past weekend.
Yeah.
She was a sub for my team, and for everybody watching, it was on Saturday. Brian, I ran into him at the Family Life Center. And, he caught me off guard because he said, Taryn, just want to let you know I got done with the workout. Pam, we didn't work her arms today. We took it easy on her arms, so she'll be ready for her bowling tonight. And
We took it easy, not took him off. We took him easy, but
took it easier, yeah. Excuse me. And it was so funny because just to catch you up, Brian, not only did Pam two things. One, she did really well. She improved on every game that she did. She got about
Oh
a
wow.
60 something, an 80 something. Her third game, she broke 100, so she was really excited about that. Number
Yeah, she said she
two,
was only bowling in the 80s when I talked to her Saturday, and I was like, wow, you know.
well,
But she did
she
break
surpassed.
100.
She broke her 100 on third game, and she surpassed. Not only that, she helped us win all three of our games. So
Oh wow.
yeah, she bumped us up in the rankings. So
She really thought she was just going to be like just. Uh, she hit it and did well. I mean, good for her, man. I'm proud of it.
oh, me too. Yeah, I thought her energy level was great, and she really helped us. We had a really fun time, and I got to thank you for again not killing her overkill on the arms and everything because she's a pro now. She's going to be coming every week, I think, and
We'll,
helping
we'll, we'll,
us.
we'll double up next time on those arms.
I love it. Yeah. Brian, tell me about this because you're training people all the time. You're working. And you got, like you said, okay, what, you two little girls. How old are your girls that you had?
Age 5 and age 8.
Oh, that's awesome. And I think I've
Five.
seen them. They are beautiful. They're just two gorgeous girls. I've seen them a couple times at the gym.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
So balancing, juggling everything in life. How do you get your workouts in? How does that happen? I mean, you are in really excellent shape, no doubt about it. How do you get your workouts? Like, what do you do to keep it up?
I think what I try to do with my own workouts now. Efficiency. If I can, if there's a way possible to get two birds with one stone, try to do that. So I've incorporated a lot lately, a lot of, Olympic style lifts, explosive style movements, full body type workouts. And, try to make them as efficient as possible when it comes to doing, like cardio, for instance. Hardly ever can do a good, long run. I'm stuck with primarily doing, interval sprints, whether with the rope or just on the track or on the bike or what have you. So certainly trying to be as efficient with workouts has been really, really good for me. So like I said, with the cardio, it's been primarily, interval training with sprints. With the weights, it's been, Olympic training or either that or compound movements, primarily deads, bench, the core movements, and really just giving it everything I got in a short amount of time. And to be honest with you, and I mean, this, I know people who watch your blog know this, where most of it happens is at the dinner table. So I've really had to become a little bit more disciplined at the dinner table. And, you make a bigger change, I think, there than you can in the weight room, certainly. So I've been really, really, really diligent about that, trying to keep that under wraps. But I think, especially getting older, that becomes much, much more important. You can't outrun bad nutrition. So I think certainly at the dinner table and being efficient with the workouts has, been the only way I've been able to keep any type of semblance of shape
Yeah.
thus far.
Oh, you're so right. I mean, that's so empowering. Exactly. You said a mouthful. For sure. You're absolutely. I agree. The bigger part of it is the nutrition, the eating habits. I don't like to use the word diet. We like to tell the clients, hey, here's what you need to do. I like what you said too. Again, it's the bigger part of it. You can't outrun your nutrition. I love that. That's brilliant, and really becomes a big part of it. Can you tell me, in your experience? I know you've had challenges and times where you've had problems where clients maybe if some obstacles, maybe nutrition, maybe it was part of it, and can you tell me about some of the biggest challenges you've had and then what you did to overcome those challenges and then turn them around in some of your greatest success stories? Like, what would you like to share here? And again, any of the clients that you work with, things that come to your mind, what's so rewarding about personal training for you? Why do you love doing it so
Uh,
much too?
One of the things that I think is very rewarding is you really empower people. People come into you with untapped potential. They really
Yeah.
don't know what they're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you work with them a little while and, they're lifting more than they've ever lifted before, they're in, 30s, 40s, and they're lifting more than they did when they were teenagers. And just that look on their face and that feeling of, oh my God, I had no idea I could do that. I think, you know, that's a gift that you get, but just seeing people empowered and hit those goals, go past those goals, and then set another set of goals even higher, and see them achieve those. I mean, that's just you can't there's nothing like that still on earth when you help somebody reach something that they're really really going for, and it's not always necessarily a scale weight, even though we've had a lot of had a lot of success with losing pounds, a lot of success with gaining strength. A lot of it comes from gaining confidence.
Okay.
They gain confidence and confidence perhaps they did not have before. Now they go on, they apply it in other things in their lives. They get that big promotion at work, or they finally ask that girl out on that date and she says yes. And so it's seeing those things that really, 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 I think, makes you really just, warm and fuzzy. And sometimes there's other goals, like, have older female clients and, they come in and, perhaps they're suffering from osteoporosis or whatnot.
Yes.
They go through some weight training. We're with a goal. Okay, we're just going to stop, that osteoporosis, and you do more and stop it. You go back to the doctor, and the doctor says, hey, your bone density has actually increased for you. So that's something I've had happen in the past as well. And so just to see that person, realize that, hey, I don't have to give up to father time. That I can still enjoy my later years. That's something that's just so refreshing. So refreshing is the non-tangible rewards that you see. I think something that I particularly enjoy and get the most out of, I believe.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's what it's all about. Let's tap now into a little bit more about specifically your services. Obviously, you offer personal training. I've seen you teach boot camp as well. Can you tell me, for all the people that are watching right now, you mentioned this in the beginning that you train in Buckhead. Obviously, you train at this place, Family Life Center. Anybody watching, they know where it's at. But if people want to get a hold of you, can you please tell the people out there, do you do where you do your in-home training at, where your radius is or your limits where you go to? Will you do group personal training? Because I've seen you train several girls at a time. Just tap into that, please, and tell the people out there, if they're watching right now, they're interested in hiring a trainer, like what services overall that you provide for them.
I mean, start off primarily doing one-on-one training.
Okay.
Matt branched out from there. Started doing tandem training, and then
Okay.
that moved up to three.
Yep.
Eventually evolved into do boot camps. When the weather gets a little bit warmer. Obviously we're in the rainy season right now.
Yes.
But probably start another one of those up either at Garden Hills Park or down at the beginning of the Beltline at the end of Colonial Homes Drive.
Oh, nice.
Do in-home training. Probably about Buckhead. Moving out towards, up Roswell Road, Sandy Springs, roughly about a 5-6 mile radius of the Family Life Center. Obviously, I don't want to stray too far because the bulk of my clients are concentrated there.
Okay.
Obviously, anyone who wants to try, there, we can, get you a pass for a couple of weeks, let you come in, see how you like that facility. I think you'll definitely enjoy it. Also do, mention in-home. I think that's about it. But if you want to contact me, best way to contact me, one of two ways. You can either contact me by phone, 678-927-0606, or you can contact me via email. It'll be at bhendricksgilbert with an X at yahoo.com. Again, bhendricksgilbert@yahoo.com. Either one of those ways to reach out to me, try to, make a conscious effort to get back to you within 24 hours, if at all possible. And, if you're ever in the area, I 715 North Beach Tree Road in Atlanta, encourage you to stop by for a visit. You don't have to necessarily, come announce. We can get you a tour set up on, pretty short notice. So, come in and holler at us. That's the ways to contact us. And hopefully we'll be seeing, some of you that we haven't seen before in the future.
Yeah, that'd be great. And, for the people watching, in case, don't worry about rewinding if you wanted to get his contact information and pause it on the screen. When we fade to black at the end of this video blog, I'm going to get you Brian's contact information again. We're going to have it on the screen so that way you can get a pen, you get a paper, you'll get his number, you'll get his email address. And I do encourage you to get in touch with this guy because he will help you out for sure. Brian, let's backtrack just a second here because you piqued my interest. Boot camps, let's talk about that for a second because this is something that I was really curious in getting into. I've done a few boot camps, and that's not my specialty for sure. But I was definitely seeing the potential that that is something that is I think untapped, especially in Buckhead. And I think there's a lot of what I like to say gold mine potential. But maybe off camera, you and I probably need to meet again to talk a little bit more about that
Almost
because
there.
I really do think there's something there. I think that there's a great opportunity to, and again, this goes to primarily for the people watching in Buckhead right now on our video blog. I think that if I teamed up with Brian, we could probably look into getting a schedule of different boot camp classes available, whether it was at, like you said, one of the parks, outside, the weather will be getting nicer, like you said, once we get past this rainy season. But I would definitely love to team up with you and figure out if there's a way we can somehow do a boot camp join class together. Maybe if,
Let's do it.
yeah, I think there's a really good, because again, I'm really big on like the marketing and advertising piece of it. And I think that if we built it up enough and we got interest out there, I really think that we can get a good number of people to work with.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think that'd be really, really good and beneficial because it's definitely lacking. I see that there's an opportunity right there to build it up in Buckhead right now. And maybe at Family Life Center as well, too.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
knows? I mean, yeah, that would be something. So, what do you enjoy most out of the personal training, boot camps, working with people? Like, what is it that you just absolutely love? Like the number one reward that you get out of doing all of that?
Probably the camaraderie. You get regulars at a gym.
Yep.
I mean, old and almost washed up in my athletic feats now, but certainly miss playing sports. And the thing I miss about playing sports was, the camaraderie in the locker room.
Okay.
We just had everybody, and you feel that,
Yes.
in gyms when you get that with people that you work out with. And I think that allows me to keep that, kind of a link to that past, that, you know, you still get that sense that that you're part of something, that you're helping, that helping your teammates and people around you. So I think that camaraderie is what I get out of certainly what we do more than anything else. That camaraderie between health and fitness minded people, is just awesome. I think I love that more than anything else.
Oh, that's great. Do you mind me asking, Brian, what sports, or did you do and like that you're specialized with sports in your background?
I mean, primarily football and
Football
basketball.
and basketball.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
excellent. I did not know that.
Uh,
Where
was
did
that?
you play at, Brian?
Tennessee Martin, University of Tennessee at Martin
Oh, very
in West
cool.
Tennessee. Yeah,
I did not know that.
back way back when wheels were still square.
That's too fun. I'll have to introduce you to another trainer who went to there. He's one of our colleagues. Doesn't go to Family Life Center, but his name is Travis Brown. I don't know if that name sounds familiar, but I'll definitely have to link you guys up because he actually went there. I think he played football as well too. I'll have to ask him just to confirm that. But that's too
Yeah.
funny. What a small world. That's
Oh,
crazy.
what's his age?
I think he is late 30s, I believe. I'll have to ask him. I believe he's about 38, and I could be a couple of years off, but I'll check just to make sure. I'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's too funny though. That's ironic. Yeah,
Small world, huh?
it's a small world. He lives in Atlanta too. But yeah, that's crazy. Again, it's so great the things that I could learn from these video blogs from the people that I work with, and in this past half hour, there's more stuff that I've learned about you, and the last more than a year that we've worked together. So. I would like to say, thank you for, everything that you've done with being on here and giving the people out there some information, insight. I've really enjoyed this video blog. I really do say that your enthusiasm, your energy level is great. I can tell, like, the people love working with you. I've had my own clients tell me compliments about you when they've observed, when you're in the gym too, because there's such a great energy. You're very professional, just you're upbeat. You always keep your clients motivated, and that's what it's all about. I
Oh,
always I think that's so great because there's some trainers out there, and you could see them. And again, I'm just talking about generally speaking, where they won't push their clients, but you do push them. And not only that, on top of that, you're a friend to all of your clients. I could tell that they entrust you. You have a very good rapport with them. You guys are cutting up, laughing, and that's what it's all about. That's what I try to do with my clients too, is just
Yeah.
talk and engage and have fun.
Most
I
definitely.
like what you said. Have fun and have it be user friendly. Those are two powerful things of Brian's training philosophy that I ultimately agree with. So you said it perfectly there. I think that was wonderful. So again, Brian, one more time before we fade to black in a couple of minutes. If you didn't get it before, folks, 678-927-0606. You can call or text him right there. You can email this guy at bhendrixgilbert@yahoo.com. Again, that's B and then Hendrix, Hendrix, and then his last name, Gilbert, at yahoo.com, all as one word. And we'll get that on the screen when we leave here. Let me ask you one final question before we wrap up, because I want to get to the heart and soul. If there's anybody watching right now, Brian, who, let's say they don't have a trainer, or they're interested in joining a gym, or or even having you come to them watching, and they live within your proximity, and they're fearful, they've got their foot in the water, and they're just dipping their foot to just test the water and say, well, I just don't know. What can you tell those people right now that are watching to just get them pushed over the edge, so that way they sign up with you, they meet you? What can you tell them in terms of support, encouragement, what it's all about? Maybe give them a little helpful advice. If they're really, like again, let's just say that they're just so scared and terrified to death, saying, oh gosh, I just don't know if I have that commitment in me. What can you tell those folks right now watching to help guide them and grab them by the hand and pull them over that side?
I mean, one is don't be afraid to succeed. I think we're all afraid to fail, but sometimes we're afraid to succeed, even try. So the one thing I would say is you never know until you try. It's one thing.
Yep.
If you give everything you got, doesn't quite happen for you. Okay, all right, we can accept that, but not to even give it a try. I mean, I feel like that's unacceptable. So anybody can do anything for a month, and I'll say just give anything a month. When it comes to health and fitness, you give it a month, and I guarantee you at the end of that month, you will want to continue past that and see what you feel like after that second month. So I just would tell them, just give it a month, see how you feel after that, and go forward with that. And you only live once, and it's not just about living. You want to live a complete and full life. So if you know that complete and full life, then hey, let's get in shape together and let's do this.
I love it. Very good. Well, there you had it, folks, right there. Brian Gilbert telling you how it is. I like what he just said. If you don't even give it a chance, like he just said, you're failing yourself, and so you need to give yourself that first chance and just try it for a month at least. And then what's the worst that can happen? I think that's very, very great, Brian. Brian, this half hour has flown by so fast and quick, and I want to thank you again for coming on here. I want to have you. I appreciate it. I want to have you back here again very soon, right here, so we can do another one of these. And I think that would be fantastic. So I will let you go again, folks. I hope you enjoyed today's video blog with Brian Gilbert. And again, in-home personal trainer. You can find him at Family Life Center, around Buckhead, Sandy Springs. And in just a few seconds, here comes his contact information. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Brian, have a good night. And we'll see you very soon.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, folks, so there you have it. That was Brian Gilbert, and really appreciate him coming on GoTarryn TV on today's Skype video blog. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. Hey, everybody watching out there, you're like, hey, that's so cool. We've got a special Tuesday edition Skype blog right here. And this is the plan going forward, folks. I'm going to try to pop out a couple of these a week. I can't guarantee you that because, as you know, our weekly Skype video calls always on Thursdays, but I wanted to make sure I got Brian right here on today's GoTarryn TV show, and so that way you can meet him. And we had a chance to talk about him and one of our mutual clients, Pam. Pam, I know you're watching as well. And for all the folks out there watching, again, if you don't have a trainer, if you're interested in hiring a trainer, if you are at that make or break point of knowing whether or not you want to sign up with somebody, you need to contact this guy today. You saw his contact information right there. I encourage you to call, text, email him, get a hold of Brian, and tell him you want to get started with the program right now, today. Get started, and tell him, by the way, that you saw him right here on GoTarryn TV, and that way he'll know that he needs to hook you guys up. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I appreciate you guys checking it out. We've got another one of these coming up in 2 days. Thursday's video Skype blog, we're bringing another previous guest right back on GoTarryn TV, Tony Annuzzi. He was actually our #1 guest that we ever had, our first initial guinea pig right here, and he'll be joining us this Thursday, April the 23rd. You don't want to miss that show as well, and that way we can catch up to see how Tony's been and keep on with his progress. He's going to tell you about motivation and why it's important to keep up with your workouts. So you're in for a special treat with that. So again, folks, I thank you for watching. For Brian, for yours truly, Taryn the Traveling Trainer, you guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Be back on here for Thursday, our next Skype blog. And until I see you guys next time, remember, with GoTarryn Personal Training, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll see y'all later, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.